So if you're thinking to start a YouTube channel in 2025, keep watching this video because I will be giving you that one little nugget of information that I think out-trumps any kind of advice you could be getting on YouTube today. So when you're making a YouTube video, I'm sure you're thinking my lighting needs to be perfect, my audio needs to be perfect, the background needs to look amazing. But what I would say is, with the introduction and the way TikTok and YouTube Shorts have really blown up over the years, the way people expect their content to be presented to them and the way that it's being viewed has really changed. So what that means is even now, if you are an OG YouTube content creator or have been creating content for a while, you still have that mentality of having a great setup, having great lighting, making sure your audio is crisp and good, and just making sure it looks less like you're in your bedroom and more like you're in like a Netflix special. But where the younger audience is now growing up and they're getting into social media and creating content on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram, etc., the way that people film has really changed. So the new generation, what they're doing is they're just grabbing their camera. They're not too fussed about the way their lighting looks. They're not too worried about the audio because equipment and cameras on their phones these days are recording audio better than some microphones used to do back in the day. So what that means as a viewer is we've gotten really accustomed to watching a lot of raw footage, not the most great lighting, not amazing backgrounds, just people out and about shooting videos, documenting their life. Now, what does that mean for you as a content creator that wants to start in 2025? What I would say the biggest piece of information that I can give you, having not only been a creator, but also having been someone that really views content and has seen it evolve over time, is just be you. Now, I know that sounds obvious. Of course I'm going to be myself. That's who I am. But what you might find is when the camera turns on, you might freeze up and not know what to say. You might think, oh, I have to sound like this. Oh, I have to talk like that. Oh, the big guys talk like this. Oh, they do these kinds of gestures. That's what I need to do. To an extent, I would say that works, but it works for them and their audience because that's their personality. That's the way they've presented their content from the beginning. So that's what people associate with them when they watch their content. Now, if you watch the newer kind of videos that are being uploaded onto YouTube and TikTok and other social media, you'll see a lot of it is quick, snappy, isn't too fussed about the way the lighting looks and the way your backgrounds look. But there's one thing that really separates the people that get the views and get that engagement and build that audience compared to those that don't. They're being genuine. They're being themselves. They're not trying to be something they're not. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, if you go back and watch my videos, I'd recommend you don't. You'll notice that I kind of tried to sound like I was a big boy YouTuber. Like I wanted to sound like all the people that I'd been watching before I started making videos because I thought that's what you had to do. To an extent, I still might do it, but I try not to. And believe it or not, there was a video I watched, yesterday or the day before, because I'm still trying to sound a bit more natural. And I believe talking to a camera can feel weird. But there was one thing I saw in that video that I really grasped onto, and it was talking through the camera. Now I'm gonna link that video in the description because I don't wanna take credit for what that person said in that video. And I'm sorry I forgot your name. I watched it to really grasp the concept of how you talk to a camera without talking to a camera. And the gist of the video was talk through the camera rather than at the camera. But they went a lot more in depth with that video and it really resonated with me and is kind of helping me develop my talking style as well. So I'll link that in the description below. But like I said, just be authentic and be yourself. That will take you a lot further than fancy lighting, crisp audio, and all the rest of that jazz that goes into making a YouTube video. Coming from a technology background, the tech these days has come so far in helping you make YouTube videos or just make content in general. I'm using a DJI Mic Mini, and I'm hoping the audio sounds really good. And I got this as a kit, so there's two mics and a charging case, etc. I think that was around 150, 160 quid. I'm in the UK, it might be different for where you are, but you can connect this to a camera, you can connect it to your phone, and you've got amazing audio. 9 times out of 10, people will stick around because you've got crisp audio compared to amazing camera work. So of course there's a lot of things that go into making a good YouTube video, making good content. But I would say if you're being yourself and you're not trying to put on a show or put on a mask, trying to be something you're not, that will help you build your community, build your audience. These days, I feel like YouTube and content creation has become more about people connecting with you as a person, then connecting with the content you're making. Which is why you now see people that used to make purely Minecraft videos, or purely Call of Duty videos, or purely tech videos, who are now pivoting into more lifestyle content, vlogging, advice videos, and just commentating on life. The reason that works is because they've resonated with an audience. The audience have liked them before they've liked the content. They've connected with them as a person before they've connected with their content. So regardless of what kind of content or videos that person makes, the audience will show up because they've connected with them as a person. They just want to know what that person's getting up to these days, or what kind of opinions that person has. So it all boils down to being you, which is, again, easier said than done. It requires a bit of practice in terms of talking to a camera, but I think the new generation, they've gotten so accustomed to growing up in social media and TikTok and YouTube Shorts and instant gratification that for them it's quite natural to talk to a camera and feel like they're just talking to a friend. I guess this is more for those OG YouTubers and content creators that have taken a break, like myself, and are now thinking to come back. It's something that I'm currently developing. Hopefully I sound a lot more natural than what I used to sound like in my videos, and maybe I just feel more comfortable in front of the camera. I don't know, you tell me. But yeah, that's just a bit of advice. Also, to let you know what's going to be coming up, I'm going to be making my first ever vlog. Not really ever made a vlog, but it's something I want to do, so I'm going to do it. To give you a bit of context, what I'm going to be doing is I've been a wrestling fan for a while, even in 2025, but I've mainly watched WWE, but this is AEW that's coming to the O2 in London. And as someone that's never been to an AEW show, I thought, hey, why not give the competition a try? So if you want to watch that kind of content and maybe you're a wrestling fan, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment letting me know how you think YouTube has changed over time, how content has changed, how videos you've watched has changed, the way you find videos, how that's changed. And if there's anything you want me to make videos on in the future, leave a comment below, and I will see you again another time in another video. Take care.